Good to see you, Megan. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Whether you're celebrating with a significant other, family, friends, hope you're all having a great day. Thank you. Tried to dress in pink for you guys. Okay, so today's session shouldn't be too long. It's just about the upcoming deadlines for everyone. So, happy Valentine's Day, Anne. So we're going to go over all the upcoming deadlines for CMTC 2023. Okay, hi Alicia. Hi. Okay, so I'm going to get started. So again, if you can't tune in for the whole thing tonight, you will receive an email on Thursday with a copy, happy Valentine's Day, with a copy of this video as well as a written summation of everything that I'm going to discuss. Okay, so we'll start off with the next upcoming deadline. So the biggest deadline that we have is the March 1st deadline. So if you selected a payment plan when you registered, that's when your balances are due on March 1st, depending on the plan you chose, whether you did the monthly or anything like that. Everything's due March 1st. So make sure that if you need to update any payment information, you just reach out to our team and we will help you do that to make sure everything's in order for that deadline. So that's a big one. So if you did sign up for a payment plan, just know that if you want to be in the program book, you have to make sure your balance is paid off by that deadline date. Okay, because we have started working on that program book already. Happy Hearts Day. Okay, and then March 1st is also when your sponsors are due. So again, sponsors aren't necessary, but if you did get sponsors, you want to make sure that you submit your sponsors through the Contestant Hub, the sponsorship submission form. So again, that's a form listed in the Contestant Hub. You can do up to 10 sponsors per form. If you have more than 10, then you just resubmit a second form and we'll make sure that all your sponsors are included in the program book. So not a lot of information is needed for that form. All that is needed is the business name and then the amount they sponsored you for. Okay, and then you just submit that. So you could do it now, but you definitely have to do it by March 1st. So on or before March 1st. Okay? Okay, and then on March 2nd is when the competitions increase in price from $50 to $75. So if you want to do a competition that you are not registered for, you just need to use either the add a competition form or you can just reach out to our team and we'll make sure we add that competition for you so you get the $50 pricing. So the reason it goes up in price is because we are trying to now work on our itinerary for CMTC and make sure that there's enough time for everybody who wants to participate in the competitions to participate. So we have to look at the numbers in each competition and plan that way. And that's because we schedule our itinerary. So if you want to enter every competition, you can. But of course, that requires a lot of planning, especially with all the different seminars and workshops as well. So we really need to know if you're interested in adding those competitions. So that's why there's that price increase by $25 after March 1st. So again, March 1st is the big balance deadline. The sponsors are due March 1st. And then March 2nd, the competitions go up to $75. Do you have to book the hotel before March 1st to ensure you get the discount? Great question, Megan. No. So I do know, though, that our host hotel has filled up, or it's very close to being filled up. We're just looking at the room box again just to make sure there's no duplicates or anything like that. But there are still a few spaces at the courtyard. And another important thing, it is better to follow the link that we've sent you or that was in your confirmation email instead of trying to call. So follow the link. I know for the courtyard, if you select May 3rd, there should still be rooms available from May 3rd to May 7th. Checking in May 3rd, checking out May 7th. But no, March 1st isn't the deadline. And if you can't get into the host hotel or the courtyard, there's so many hotels on Airport Strip that you can also definitely book with as well. And then you'll be nice and close. Great question. Okay. So after March 2nd, the following deadline that's important to make note of is March 15th. So that's when your self-tape scripts are released in the Contestant Hub. So we went over self-tapes a couple weeks ago, or was it last week? And so on March 15th, the scripts will be released. So anyone in that competition should definitely, as I said, get on learning that script so you can practice and then record your self-tape as many times as you need to. So that's March 15th, and then they're due on April 1st, which is the next important deadline. So March 15th, self-tape scripts are released. April 1st, can babies join this agency? So CMTC is not an agency, and also we work with ages 4+. A lot of babies in this industry that get work are related to someone either on set or an agent's baby or a casting director's baby or a friend of family, and they usually, oddly enough, well not oddly, it makes sense, they'll have a couple different babies as backups because you can't really tell a baby how to act. So we don't work with babies. Okay? So April 1st is the next important deadline. Your cover photo, if you're in that competition, is due. Your commercial print photo, if you're in that competition, is due. We will talk about cover and commercial print next week and the differences between those types of photos and what's required, but it's one image per those competitions. So one cover image, one commercial print image. Those are due on April 1st. If you're in dance competition, your music and your commentary is due. The commentary info is just your name, the type of dance you're doing. So that's if you make it to finals, they can introduce you before you get onto the stage. You're not able to hear me? Can you hear me now? Can someone wave if they can hear me? Can you hear me? I'm just gonna keep going because I'm hoping you can hear me. Okay, Emma can hear me. You can hear? Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, so dance music and commentary info for dance competition, if you're in dance competition, is due on April 1st as well. Thank you, everyone. Okay, I'm glad you can hear me. Dance music and commentary info is due on April 1st as well. Again, the commentary info is just your name, the type of dance you're doing, as well as a written information about your song. So if you make finals, then you can be introduced with your name and the type of dance that you'll be doing. And this year we have changed it. So it is highly recommended that you do the same dance for preliminaries as you are doing for the finals. So during preliminaries, you should be submitting the same song, and we will just be cutting you off at 1 minute. So whether you're prepared to be cut off at 1 minute or you want to kind of go until we stop the music, that's up to you. The judges won't be marking you for being cut off at the 1 minute mark because they know that we have let them know that we are cutting you off at 1 minute, but it would be a longer dance for the finals. So no stress about that. So it should be the same music that you're submitting. And when we have our live session about dance, I'll go over that a little more as well. And then for singers, April 1st is also when you need to submit your music for finals. So, and your commentary info. So same thing with the commentary info. It's your name and then the song information, and then you can submit the MP3 format of your song. So for singers, you are singing a cappella for preliminaries, and then you can have your backup music, your background music for finals. Okay, I'm good. I'm glad you can hear me. So just to reiterate, cover photo is due April 1st if you're in that competition. Commercial print photo is due April 1st if you're in that competition. Dance music and commentary info, if you're in that competition, is due, as well as singing music and commentary info if you're in singing competition. So if all those material for all those competitions can be submitted through the Contestant Hub. If you have any issues submitting through the Contestant Hub, you can just email our team and we will help you out. Okay, so for cover and commercial print competition, because those photos are due April 1st, that will be the last day to add those competitions because we send them off for judging. Okay, and self-tapes are also due April 1st. So if you read the scripts, if you're not in self-tape competition, but on March 15th you read the scripts and you think, oh, this is something I'm interested in doing, then you could still add self-tape competition up until April 1st. Okay? Alrighty, any questions about that? Awesome. So we will definitely have sessions on cover and commercial print competition, as well as dance and singing competition. So those will be coming up in the next coming weeks. Okay, a question here. Do we need to send photos for GoSee, or we'll just bring the photos printed on site? Yes, so you can just bring those photos to CMTC. You do not need to send those photos in for PhotoGoSee. That's a great question. You just have to bring them to CMTC, so your 2 printed photos. For cover and commercial print, you don't need to bring them to CMTC. You just need to make sure you submit them by April 1st. Okay, great question. So April 15th is your last day to request to add a competition through the Contestant Hub and through email as our team starts packing up to head to the airport Marriott to make our office in there. So we work on the packages and your registration your registration kind of summaries that we have printed for when you pick up your package. So April 15th is your last day to add them electronically, so through the Contestant Hub or through reaching out to us through email. After that date, you have to wait until May 3rd to add any further competitions. So the neat thing about CMTC is that you can definitely add competitions up until the lineups. So if you kind of feel inspired as you're at CMTC to do more of the competitions, then you have a chance to add them while you're at CMTC just by visiting the info booth, and then we'll make sure that you get added to the lineup. Again, you want to be prepared, so I definitely suggest if you're interested in maximizing your exposure that you add as many competitions as you're interested in and challenge yourself. I know Jessica Lord, our alumni, and Nita Jose Hanna, they both got to CMTC and they decided to enter all competitions and kind of challenge themselves. And both of them did amazing at CMTC. Jessica went from being a dancer to becoming very in love with acting through doing all the competitions at CMTC. So if you're there, you have an opportunity. So I would definitely say challenge yourself and do what you can to gain experience and gain the exposure. Great question. Where can I find which competitions I've already signed up for? So in your confirmation email that you should have received when you registered for CMTC, if you look up in your email CMTC confirmation statement or CMTC registration, or just look up registration at CMTC, you should see your confirmation statement, which should show you the competitions you'd selected when you registered. Or if you can't find anything, just email our team and we will send you another confirmation statement and a list of your competitions. Can kids sign up? So we are at a max for this year, but you can sign up on our website to receive information for our auditions that we will be holding starting in the summer into the fall for CMTC 2024. Will the seminars occur before the competitions? For example, will the runway seminar be before the runway competition? Great question, and yes. So the runway workshop, we'll be working with a runway coach, and you'll actually get to walk the big stage for the first time, will be during the workshop. It won't be during the competition. So usually, don't quote me, but usually our runway workshop is on the Thursday, for example, and then the runway competition is on the Friday. So you'll definitely have time to work with somebody and get on stage before you have to do the big runway competition in front of an audience, in front of the judges. Are there workshops for runway, both the runway and swimwear one? So there's not a workshop for swimwear. However, there is one for runway that again is before both runway and swimwear competition. So you'll get that experience on stage. Okay, great questions. And we try to set up most of the seminars and workshops like that. So we'll have one on TV, film, script, reading scripts. There was one with Caroline Liam, who's a casting director in LA. Last year was with Taylor Bright, who's a manager in LA. And she was they were working with people on scripts and how to read a script. And then we have TV, film casting competition after that. So we usually plan it like that on purpose. So you can kind of learn a little more, gain a little experience, and then do the competition in front of the reps. How many acting workshops are there? Great question. It's different every year. So we take a look at how many actors we have, how many models we have, and then we reach out to our reps to schedule the workshops and seminars. But you can look at the itinerary, that's an example on our website, and that might give you a better idea. Will the self-tape scripts be available for 4-year-olds as well? Yep, so we have our 4 to 7 division, and we make those scripts quite easy. Again, obviously, if your 4-year-olds can't read, that's okay. You can talk to them about the script and let them and guide them, especially if, again, self-tape. Mom or dad or guardian, whoever is helping them with the self-tape can guide them and even do it line by line. That's the beauty of self-tape for sure. Okay, but it's a very easy script. We plan it that way. We actually get our scripts from LA, so we work with what an actual 4-year-old actor would be required to do on a film or on a TV set. Are there different scripts for each age group for the self-tape? Yeah, so based on the divisions. Great questions. Okay, so yes, April 15th is your last day to request to add any competitions, visitor passes, and guest awards tickets. So that's all before event check-in. You can add event check-in. You can add visitor passes and guest awards as long as we're not at max for those, which we are approaching. So again, if you know you want to bring a visitor or guest, I would get on that as soon as you can. And then for adding a competition after April 15th, you do just have to wait until you get to CMTC on May 3rd. Of course, my pleasure. Okay, so April 19th. So April 19th is when your TV film casting competition scripts are released. So those will be released on the Contestant Hub. So that gives you from April 19th until the competition at CMTC to learn that script. Again, having more than 2 weeks worth of script before an audition is kind of unheard of in our industry. So definitely take advantage of learning the script. We will go over that competition during a live session, just like we'll go over runway before a live as well as swimwear. So those competitions we will kind of get into more detail with in the coming weeks, but TV film casting scripts will be released on April 19th in the Contestant Hub. So again, for that competition as well as self-tape, you have to use the script that we provide. TV commercial competition is the only competition for actors that we don't provide scripts, because we also are opening that to models who are also interested in acting or just are interested in modeling and need to be able to kind of move in front of a live camera and be prepared to do any type of commercial campaign. So we kind of give free kind of layaway to kind of make your own script for that competition. And I did have a live session on TV commercial competition that you can check out if you're interested in that or if you are registered for that competition. Okay, so then from the 19th, it is event check-in on May 3rd at the Toronto Airport Marriott Hotel. So come May 3rd, you will have your check-in for CMTC. It's a very exciting day. For those who are in singing or dance competition, preliminaries are that evening. So we open up your event check-in early. So your event check-in, if you're in singing and dance or dance competition, is from 3 to 5. If you're not in singing or dance competition, your check-in is from 4 to 7. So we do want to make sure that we're prioritizing those who are in the preliminaries so they have time to check in, get their information, get their contestant number, and get comfortable in the hotel if their room is ready, and then get ready for preliminaries that are taking place that evening. Okay? And if you're in both competitions, you do not need to stress. We stagger those competitions so you can do one and then the other. Okay? So again, event check-in for dancers and or singers, 3 to 5 if you're registered for those competitions. And if you're not registered for singing and or dance, then 4 to 7 is event check-in. And we make it very clear where event check-in it's on the main level. We'll have signage. You'll probably see a line when you walk in. So it'll be very obvious where you're doing event check-in. Is commercial print and cover competition the same? No. So one is geared towards more high fashion modeling and the other is geared towards more commercial print modeling. So next week I will have a session that is just talking about cover and commercial print. I can understand the confusion as to what is the difference between one or the other. So next week we will go over that, and I'll also post some examples so you can kind of see the different images. Of course, there's some crossovers. There's high fashion models who will work in the commercial industry and vice versa. It is more about how the image comes across to the viewer. So we will go into more detail about that. What day is event check-in again? May 3rd. So please know this, you guys. So on our website, we actually have a countdown. On almost every email you've been sent, you'll see the event date. So May 3rd to May 7th is CMTC 2023 at the Toronto Airport Marriott Hotel. Okay, all of the days. So 3rd is a check-in and preliminaries for singers and dancers. And then 4th, 5th, 6th are jam-packed days. And then the 7th is the callbacks, and then we wrap up around noon for anyone who's planning a flight out. Okay? So I will just briefly talk about the dances too. So on Thursday, it's actually Pink Day. So in support of Kids Help Phone, our staff are wearing all pink. We have CMTC and Body Kindness shirts for sale at CMTC. And then we also just encourage you to wear pink. Doesn't matter the shade of pink, any pink, just to show your support for Kids Help Phone and the anti-cyberbullying, or any type of bullying for that matter. Okay, so that evening is the pink party. So for the pink party, it's a 2 to get in. All proceeds from that go to Kids Help Phone. Friday evening is our fashion crimes dance. So if you wanted to check out our Pinterest board or check out our Instagram, we do have photos of inspiration for the pink party as well as inspiration for your fashion crimes. Okay, we used to say that it was like socks and sandals and things like that for fashion crimes, but I think that's back in. So I don't think socks and sandals is maybe one that counts, but people have a lot of fun with it. So just kind of, it's a time to kind of let loose and get to know everyone that you're with that all have kind of similar interests as you. The visitors get involved, guests get involved, the reps come in and get involved. So just have fun with it. Okay, and then the Saturday is our award ceremony. So that's semi-formal, and again, dress up, celebrate the weekend, celebrate the friends you've made, celebrate your accomplishments, and then those who have top scores from the judges receive their awards. And it's our 30th anniversary year, so it's a very exciting year. Hi, Olga, are there any rooms left at the hotel? So I believe our host hotel is full. We're just right now cross-referencing, ensuring that everyone who's booked is with our group. And then also the courtyard that we've also sent links for has, I believe, a couple rooms available. If you check in online, don't call, use the link that we provided, and check May 3rd as your check-in date and May 7th as your checkout date, and there should be still some rooms available. Okay, awesome. So those are our important dates and deadlines that are upcoming. Again, March 1st is the next one that's coming up, and that's for anyone who has a balance due. You should be receiving an email within the next couple of days reminding you of your balance due and reminding you of the plan you signed up for, and it will give you more information if you need to update anything on our end with the payment information. And then a couple more important reminders I want to share with you before I sign off here. If anyone who hasn't signed their contestant agreement, which we would have sent through Dropbox Sign, please just double check that you've signed it and sent it in. This is a really important document. You won't be allowed into the event space because we do have photographers and videographers if you don't sign that agreement. So you really need to make sure you sign it, and that's the same for your visitors and your guests as well. So anyone who is on your account as a contestant, that's your visitor or your awards guest, they need to sign these documents. They would have been sent through Dropbox Sign to the emails that you provided for us. If it's someone who's underage, it would have been sent to their guardian. So make sure that you're contacting your visitors and your guests, and you're making sure that they're getting their papers to us. Because again, we have videographers and photographers on site, so we need your permission to be able to publish your images and post your images. And for contestants, it's very important because even if you submitted a program book photo and you did not get this paperwork back to us, then we can't publish you in the program book photo, or the program book, your photo in the program book. So you need to make sure that you're getting us those documents, okay? Megan, do our guests need to sign anything as well? Yes, so awards guests and visitors, same thing. We need those Dropbox Sign agreements and release of liability agreements for the videographers and photographers. Have them read through the whole thing. If you have any questions about it, you can just reach out to our team. How do we know if we have already signed it? Great question. So you should have received a copy if you look up Hello. So it was Hello Sign for those who registered a little earlier this year. Dropbox Sign then purchased Hello Sign, so now it's coming from Dropbox Sign. So maybe just look up CMTC registration and release of liability agreement, or look up Dropbox Sign, and you should have received a copy for your end of things as well. And if you haven't submitted it by now, you probably would have received a couple emails from us as well as Dropbox Sign reminders asking you to sign it. If you're still unsure though, you can just send us an email and we'll make sure it's all taken care of on our end. So for anyone who didn't sign it, again, we will be chasing you, and then if you come to event check-in and any guest or visitor or again, a contestant doesn't have it signed, it will be in your event registration package, and you'll have to sign it before we can give you your contestant number and let you on our event space. Okay, but it's just easier and speeds up the process if you do it online. Who can come to the pink party? So who can come to the pink party? Great question. So contestants are all allowed into the party. So your contestant number acts as your pass into the event space, as well as visitors. So again, you'll have a visitor badge, and those will allow you into the event space. We have security all around our event, and they will be looking for your badges. So those are the individuals that can come to the pink party and the fashion crimes party. The awards guests can only come to the awards ceremony and dance on the Saturday night. Okay, great question. And then, like I said, our staff and our reps often, the industry reps come to these pink parties and the fashion crimes parties to check out the party. It's a lot of fun. Again, it's a special year with the 30th anniversary, so we are trying to plan some more special things for both of those events, as well as the award ceremony on Saturday. And a lot of the reps will come in and pick their favorite costumes from both the pink party. I know last year we had Patrick Star, someone in a Patrick Star costume for a pink party, which was a lot of fun. And they get pulled on stage and you kind of do like a walk-off with the rep that selects you. So again, another great chance for exposure there as well in a more casual setting. Hi, Alicia. Just send us an email about that, okay? Or Sharon, whoever is on the account right now. Of course, Janice. Okay. So again, if you are under 18, you need to make sure that when you come to the event sign-in on May 3rd that you have your guardian with you. Your guardian should have a visitor pass. We can't have anyone attend CMTC who's under 18 that does not have a guardian with them for security reasons. Okay? So again, make sure that person, whoever's coming as your guardian, has signed their visitor agreement, as well as a guest. If you are a guest who's coming and you are under the age of 18, we need to make sure that we have an agreement signed by your guardian. Okay? And another big question, and I already kind of answered it, is how do you confirm the competitions that you're already registered for? And again, you would just look up your confirmation statement email that you would have received when you registered, or if you have added a competition since then, you should have been sent another confirmation email that would kind of show you your new registration, a new summary of your registration, which would show you the competitions that you're in, including the one that you would have added. Okay. Okay, so how do the callbacks work? So all weekend long, once you sign in at event check-in, you're going to receive your contestant number. That contestant number will kind of be your calling card for CMTC reps who are interested in you. And that's, again, why it's important to be in the program book too, because if they see you walking around CMTC and or really enjoy your performance during any of the competitions, they're going to circle you in their program book that they have a printed copy of. And then on Saturday evening, actually, they submit their callbacks to our team, and then we post them online. We also post them on the walls on Sunday morning for everybody to take a look at per agency. And if your contestant number is circled, that means that that rep wants to chat with you. And then in the callbacks, in the big ballroom, we have all the callbacks set up for all the different agencies. So what I mean by that is each agency has their own table. If you've gotten a callback based on your contestant number, you would line up at their table so you can have a chat with them. So it could be just about tips they have for you. They could have more questions for you. They could want to sign a contract with you. So all types of things happen. We can't guarantee anything. However, we have seen contracts being signed, and we've also seen someone say, okay, I really like your look. I just have to go back and ask my team about you, and we'll follow up that way. So it's also a great place to exchange your contact information with a rep. Does a visitor with a visitor pass automatically have an awards ceremony pass? Great question, Cecilia. So yes. So as a contestant and a visitor, your contestant number acts as your ticket into the award ceremony, and your visitor pass acts as your ticket into the award ceremony. So as long as we can see your contestant, or security can see your contestant number and your visitor badge, you're good to go into the award ceremony. And then when you are at event check-in, if you have a guest, you'll be in your package will be included the awards guest ticket to give to your guest and then that will be their ticket into the award ceremony. Great question. Can I use the same photo for commercial print, which I already used for the program book? Yep, absolutely. So we've seen that before for sure. So if you submit your program book photo and want to use it for cover or commercial print, that's absolutely fine. Same with Photo Go See. If you want to use any of your Photo Go See images for cover or commercial print or the program book, that's fine as well. Can a contestant have more than one callback? Absolutely. So we've definitely seen people get anywhere between 0 to 50 different callbacks. So it has definitely happened and happens almost every year. So you definitely can get more than one. But be conscious that there's also been alumni who have had no callbacks their first year, have returned, and then have had 50 callbacks or leave with a manager. So it's different every year. It's different depending on your individual performance and also on what these reps are looking for at the time. When is the award ceremony? So the award ceremony is Saturday evening. Great question. Okay. I think I've covered all my bases here, so I'll just wait one more second to see if you have any other questions, and then I will head out. I think they're good. Okay, so next week we have cover and commercial print competition, are live on that. We will be posting different examples of winners from cover competition, winners of commercial print competition, so you have a really great example of what to look for and what the differences are there. They definitely do cross over a little bit, but you will get an idea of kind of the approachability of a commercial print image versus a higher fashion image, which we call cover image. Do parents have to be with under 18 all the time? No. So great question. We don't require that. We just make sure that at event check-in that there's a guardian with you who has a pass to be there this week, the whole weekend. So if you have like a 15, 16, 17-year-old and you trust them to kind of walk around the event space, that's absolutely fine. Again, we have a pretty great security team who is on it at all times. So if there is anyone who looks younger and doesn't have a parent or guardian, at that time maybe we'll approach them and just ask, where's your guardian? We just want to make sure you're okay. And then for those who are in the 4 to 7, 8 to 11 division, we make sure that when they enter the competition room, that a staff member is with them, and when they leave the competition room, that a staff member can find their parent before releasing the child. But for our teens, it's quite common that you'll see them kind of hanging out by themselves, and then the guardians will be hanging out with each other as well. So that's absolutely fine. Oh, great questions. Can someone change the competition for another? So I should have mentioned that as well. Great question. So up until March 1st, you can exchange competitions. So you can't remove them, but you can exchange them. So if you're in runway, let's say, and you want to be in swimsuit and you don't want to add it, you just want to exchange, that's fine as well. You just have to make sure you fill out that form by March 1st. So that form will disappear after March 1st, but you do have up until then to exchange your competitions. Great question. Thank you, Daniela. Awesome. Thanks, Alicia. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a great night. And again, happy Valentine's Day to anyone who's celebrating. How can we do it? So use the exchange of competition form that's found in the contestant hub, or you can just send us an email. How do we know that we registered commercial print or cover competition? So again, check your confirmation statement that you would have received when you registered, or you can just email our team and ask what competitions you're in, and we'll give you a summary of those competitions. So another important thing to note is if you submit a self-tape, cover photo, or commercial print photo, our team cross-references that you are actually in that competition, and likely we will give you the option to add it if you are not in it. However, we will not send you your material to the judges if you're not actually registered for that competition. Okay? Awesome. Okay. Great question, and I hope you all have a great evening, and I will see you next week.